I'm Donald Rowe, go by Don. I've lived here I'm going on 20 years here. About 30 years ago or better, we were visiting my parents in Van Wert, and my father said, Don and Louise, before you leave, I want you to go on a road trip with us. And he said, it's a surprise, I'm not going to tell you where we're going. So we got in the car and we came over here to St. Mary's. And he said, this is the old campground for the Evangelical United Brethren Church. He drove down Bob White Lane because that was the only place that was built up at that time. And he said, right here's a place. He says, I think it's open. And we didn't go in, we just drove by. And when he got done, he said, your mother and I are thinking about moving here. What do you think? And I said, Dad, don't put that on me. You got to make that decision. And that summer or that year, they moved here. Dad was very active here. He became resident council is one of our activities here. And Dad was chairman or president of resident council. Mom and Dad just got involved all of the time. We ate dinner at Oakwood, the building over here at Oakwood is where we ate all of our meals. That was their home base. We became part of the family. We had talked about that someday we will move here, but we hadn't planned on it. And like most people, we don't come until there's a need. And my wife, about 21 years ago, we went to a restaurant and she couldn't read the menu. And we had a 2-bedroom house in Columbus, and so we decided that had something we had to do. In fact, my son said, Dad, you got to get Mom out of here. She can't live and stay in this house. And so we looked at condos in Columbus and couldn't find anything we liked. And a friend of mine lived here by the name of Bill McComber. And I asked him, I said, you know if they have any openings at Otterbein? Yeah, he says, I think they do, but he says, I'll have the lady that's in charge of marketing call you. And we came over here and decided this was where we were wanting to go. This is family. An example, last night, a friend of mine asked me if I'd like to go out and eat with him, and since I gave up my car, I'd love to go out. We were at the restaurant, and I get a phone call, and it's one of the people that I eat with regularly, and they said, where were you, Don? Are you all right? And here they were checking on me. And this is quite common. If you don't show up, somebody's going to check on you. We got involved as soon as we got here. I enjoyed woodworking. My grandfather, that was one of his favorite things to do. So I kind of grew up around woodworking, but they had a good wood shop. I'm likely to have attended more resident council meetings than any other person here. And I also got to be chairman or president of resident council. So my dad and I both have our names on that plaque. I just almost felt like coming home because my parents had been here 9 years. And my father, we saw this place grow. So it was like coming home, really. I have 2 families now. I have my Otterbein family and I have my own family.